Hello YouTube, you're watching East Coast Hitman, and I'm going to make a video on tanks. What is a fill nipple, what is a burst disc, what is a gauge, what does CI mean, what is PSI, all that. I'm going to go over every last bit of it. I'm going to start off with CI and PSI. You'll hear people saying they got a 68 CI, 4500 PSI tank. That means 68 CI means there's 68 cubic inches of space inside the tank. This is a 68 CI. So the tank is bigger, and there's 68 cubic inches of space inside of this tank. Now, PSI means pounds per square inch. And that means you can have however many pounds per square inch inside of your tank. So, let's say you have a tank like mine, and it's a 4500. That means you can hold 4,500 pounds per square inch of air inside of this tank. So, the higher those numbers, both of them, the more air you'll be able to hold inside of your tank. Things people call peanut tanks and stubby tanks, or booby tanks, they're about that big. Smaller CI is all it is. Smaller cubic inches inside of the tank. Same pressure output. Now you may ask, what is a 3,000 PSI? It means 3,000 pounds per square inch. Those tanks are mainly steel, so they can't put up with as much pressure because this is a carbon fiber tank. That does not mean the regulator puts out a different pressure. The regulators all put out the same pressure except for super low pressure regulators, which is what I have on this tank. I'll go over that in a minute. Now, you may wonder what a fill nipple is. Now, a fill nipple, which is right here, is basically how you fill a tank with air. You'll see at your fill station, someone with a clamp like this will look just like this, but it'll have a hose attached to it. It'll clamp down on top of that and fill it with air. Now the way that works is there is a little valve inside of there. You can see it right there. It opens up when air goes through it, but closes when air tries to come back out. Now a very important thing in paintball is called a fill nipple cover. We put this on top of the fill nipples to prevent dust and oil and all that good stuff from getting inside of it. If you get oil or petroleum-based products inside of your tank, once it's filled to 4,500 PSI or 3,000 PSI, it will explode. It'll become a bomb, which is something you do not want to do. Now let me move on to gauges. There's your gauge right there. It pretty much reads how much pressure is left in your tank. So you fill it up to 4,500 and it goes down as you run out of air. Now a burst disc, you can see there's 7,500 and 1,800. Basically, if the regulator, something happens, let's say some dust gets inside the regulator and the pressure jumps, what'll happen is the burst disc will blow, causing all the air to drain out of the tank. Is basically all that happens. So it prevents malfunctions in your gun or malfunctions in the tank. It just stops higher pressures from leaving your tank. Now you might wonder what that piece right there, that brass piece, that once you put it into your ASA pushes down, depresses, and lets air through the tank. Now this main block is called your regulator. There are several different types of regulators. You can get a high pressure regulator, a medium pressure, and a low pressure. Right now I have a super low pressure regulator. You can see SLP, that's what that means. The reason I have this on here is the only thing you need it for is bob long guns and angels. I shoot G6R, which is bob long, so I have to have a super low pressure regulator. You do not need this on any other gun. People will say, oh well, I've got a this and that, I got a Spider, I got a Eagle, I got a Geo, do I need a super low pressure? Is it an Angel? Is it a bob long gun? No? Then you need a high pressure regulator. Next, I'll go over hydro dates. Right there's some information on the tank. If you look right there where it says 0711, that means this tank was born 07 and 2011. Every 5 years you have to get your tank rehydroed, or it is illegal by law for a paintball company or paintball field to fill your tank. because it's danger. What else? That's pretty much it. These air ties mean, or these zip ties mean nothing. They're air ties and chrono ties for my field. Right here, you see those two screws, and the top, that line right there, the top part is a bonnet that goes on top of it. If you were to pull that off, it would disassemble your regulator. That's basically all there is to tanks. So, thanks for watching. Hope I helped. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.